Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have a video. We are going to be looking at some of the stuff that is going to come on the game very soon, but also we're going to be taking a look at Adama SBC. And guys, my painful Spurs, we are getting smacked by Leicester right now, so we are recording a video because I want to avoid the pain that I'm currently seeing on my television. So hopefully you guys are doing well. In terms of me, we talked about it yesterday. We lost some coins on Prime Icons, and that happens. We are kind of doing okay. I mean, I didn't trade too much this week, so we kind of took the week off of trading. We're kind of like shaking off the rust. You know, we're getting back into it right now. Yesterday we got an Adama SBC. I believe today there's a Leipzig one. And yesterday Adama, guys, came out as a 2-star weak foot right-footed player with high-low work rates as a left back and 240k. So I said this was one of the worst SBCs ever released up on Twitter, and I take it back because now obviously they've changed the foot to left and he's high, which makes him a very solid center back. But what I am seeing on Twitter currently is that people are using this card as more of a center mid / center back, specifically center back, and they're just having him jolt forward at times. And because of his high acceleration and sprint speed, it looks to be very overpowered. So we may do a review on this guy today. I'm not sure. But yeah, the SBC does look a lot better. And it's a little bit more understandable from EA's standpoint in terms of why they have gone ahead and required an 83 and an 86 squad. But again, as well, if you're thinking about him as a left back, the Premier League does really struggle with left backs. So this is like a positional filling card in the league. So if it's something that you're interested in, you know, take a look. Now, when we speak about the market and look at everything else, you know, I am going to be trading on some of the sell-off today, but I'm trying my best, guys, to not go crazy on the sell-off trading. I'm trying my best, guys. It's not easy, but I'm trying my best to do that. And then this Drogba, guys, I bought a 2.2, so I just lost like 80k. I just want to be honest with you guys. Lost coins there. We did really well with some overnights. Well, not really overnights because I bought some last night, basically some Brandts and some Reviches, but I already sold them because Brandt hit 170 and now he's 183 all of a sudden. Brandt was like 170, so I took some money on Brandt. He rebounded really nicely. Shows that he has some demand. Taking a look at the popular page on Flippin', I think like when we take a look at trying to invest in this upcoming week, really the trends are, guys, that we have objectives to do during the week. So I'm not really in a rush anymore with trying to buy on Saturdays or Sundays because usually we just see a further drop off in the market as time goes on. Now, yesterday, something really interesting that we pointed out in the video was the fact that I really thought that Golovin was going to go up. And he is 28k now. And this is because he has the link to the weekly objective card, right? And that's kind of what everybody's rocking because when you get the weekly objective card, which is Volland, you're most likely going to go link it with Golovin, right? And Golovin's a really cheap option. So that's up 5k a card. I wouldn't be surprised if by tomorrow it's over 30. And so that's a big missed opportunity. I think we should have taken upon that opportunity, man. That was pretty much easy coins. So we definitely missed out there. But again, that is kind of shaking off at least the little rust that we are in trading wise, and just generally market wise. But yeah, man, there's definitely a sell off again going on. I think if I'm going to be trading in the sell off, I'd be looking at cards that you feel like are still really in demand. I mean, yesterday we had that Verratti where he was down at like 120. 125, and then we were able to sell him back up in the high 130s. But again, always understand that on Sundays, the rebound is going to be a lot less. Sundays are just full of rebounds that are not as good as Saturdays. Saturday rebounds are always good because we're kind of in the midst of weekend league, and so that allows for a stronger rebound overall, at least from my experience from looking at it. But yeah, also what I wanted to speak about with you guys is that Prime Icons are going to be expiring. I think if they haven't already, they're about to. And so for this reason, I think we will get new. So yeah, 2 hours. I don't know if we're going to get them today, but I do think we will get new Prime Icons pretty soon. Or new Icon SBCs. Now, I don't know which icons they're going to be, but that definitely makes it of interest, guys, in terms of what SBCs we do go ahead and get. I think this makes it super interesting, guys, because if it's a Prime, that's a pretty big deal. And that's something that we would take a look at and consider because Prime Icons and Prime Moments cards are usually end game cards. I mean, when we take a look at most Primes on this game, you can argue that card, you know, outside of it being a crap icon generally, like they don't have a good baby mid or Prime, you could argue that usually that card could be endgame. Like this Butragueño is totally endgame in my opinion. He has a 5-star weak foot. He's got 95 finishing. Anytime you have these base stats of like consistent high 90s, usually that type of card, at least in my rating book, would be considered as an end game player or end game card. So I think that's all something to consider. You know what's really been interesting is I've been trading this 89 Beckham a lot, and God, he trends a lot, man. He goes all the way up to like 950, and then he dies the next hour. So I'm watching him again this morning because no matter what happens, his baby card just stays extinct. No matter what happens, like, oh wow, he's actually got one on the market right now. But yeah, for the most part, this guy is extinct. And then it's funny to see Prime Beckham because Prime Beckham will like be okay. So now he's not extinct either. So these guys are coming onto the market, and usually we see Beckham's cards come onto the market on the sell-off days because there's just more people selling teams than buying teams. But yeah, it's been weird to see that usually after that, like in the middle of the week, this guy goes extinct again. So it's very, very interesting to watch and to see, I think, generally. Now, to some of you guys that are out there with lower budgets and stuff, I've been testing something for you guys, and I want to tell you that I think it works. So I have Hunters and Shadows in my club. I invested in Hunters at 1.3K, I think like a couple months ago. And I think they're only 2.5. But what I've been doing is I've been listing when I have spaces available, I'm listing Hunters and Shadows in my transfer list for like overpriced, like 3 to 4K. And they are selling. So I wanted to tell you guys that they are selling. I am getting a lot of sales on these. So, if you're interested in trying that or you want to try to get some lazies, it works. It works. I'm getting like 2 to 3 a round. Specifically, I was getting 2 to 3 around yesterday and the day before. So today I'm not getting as many. And obviously, guys, the reason is I think less people are, lazy buying or playing champs. And as a result, buying that type of card. So that's probably the reason today. But generally, it's been working. This Varane has been really low today. I've seen a couple of people talking about it. He's down a lot. He was 1.5 this morning. So I'm kind of watching him because I think at 1.25, I'll be happy to buy him. Also watching Prime Ronaldinho. This guy was like 8.5 yesterday, so big drop off there. Let's take a look at some of the more, the bigger prime icons. I know these are a little bit more interesting to some of you guys. Zidane, I saw sell at like 9.3, but Zidane was selling at like 12 mil the other day, so very interesting there. But I think a main reason why Zidane is not selling as much is because Prime Hullet's not selling. Right now, Prime the Hullet's hardly selling over 10 mil, so gonna have to kind of go ahead and watch that. Vieira's Prime is somehow 8 mil plus, but I think specifically this year, it's because Vieira is very good. Now, something very interesting to look at the market, all these Vieiras have not been played with. So, in my opinion, there's a very, very large window for this card to drop because I don't think this Vieira actually has a lot of buyers. You guys can always tell by the amount of owners on cards. Just don't think there's the buyers there. And then it was funny because Maldini, he is very rare, but guys, Maldini was selling at max price for the longest time, and now he's starting to drop a little bit on the market. So that one is definitely interesting to watch. Maradona's now 7.6. That card's probably insane. We actually all got the loan the other day, which is super cool, but that card's probably nuts. Garrincha's still 3.8. And then we take a look at Jorginho Best. He's been pretty rare. He's like 4.4. He's got a 3.8 bid. So, yeah, I mean, these guys are really, really expensive. That's kind of how it goes. I don't even think R9 is on the market. Oh, people were asking about Pele the other day. I had bought Pele, guys, and I got out. Right, I bought it at 11.3. I got it at 11.95, and then he dropped 2 mil the next day. So I did kind of panic sell it, but I had panic sold it because I was like, okay, I think this is going to drop very, very, very soon. Puskas got down to 4.5 yesterday. I don't know. This card has a lot of swings because it's really in demand. We'll have to watch this card. I think tonight at Squad Battle Rewards, Primes are going to die. That's my prediction. We're going to get a lot of supply on the Primes. People don't play with the Primes in the week. So I'm going to probably try to get away from Primes after a couple hours after 1 today, if I'm even trading them. Would be my plan at least. Now, these cards are going to be in packs, I think, until next Saturday or Sunday, but the relevance of these cards is very small, guys, because we do not have Champions League for another month and a half. So just be careful if you guys are trying to invest in these cards because I think they're going to be good investments eventually, but I think for the meantime, there's just no point. Do I think this Insigne is going to probably be a lot higher? I do, but you just got to be careful, man, because these cards have a long time. But if you guys are a person that's going away for a while or somebody that, is looking for that long-term investment, I would really take a look at maybe picking up some of these guys when they get to their lows, which would probably be on rewards day. Like Rebic would be a good one. I think Rebic would be a really good one. in my eyes, those guys have a really, really high shot to do some damage on the market. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at that David Silva, because this is just an easy example of something that I would be trading and looking at, right? I saw this David Silva multiple times this weekend up at 122, and I was just taking a look at his hourly trends. Like I think it was yesterday, because I was thinking about you guys and like, hey, can I get a player or two to show you guys that trends a lot? So he's not actually on the market at 112, but you guys can see he was at a certain point. So now he's trending back up, and that's 116. But now he's trending back up, but this guy actually trends. I'm going to see if somebody checks the flipping price and lists at 112, because this guy trends up and down a ton. Look at this guy all day, man. 124 goes down to 111, 120 to 110. So every time you get him on that low and you sell him at the high, you know, you're due a solid 5 to 6K, and that's an amazing return, right? Anytime you're making 5 to 6K on a card, it's just a sensational return. So that's something I'm taking a look at and trying to help you guys with, because I know a lot of you guys are looking for cards to make coins with. And my biggest suggestion would be take a look at past team of the weeks, past promo teams, and start to watch their daily trends, their fluctuations, and things like that. And then the last thing would be that I've seen a lot of people think that striker is Dembele or St. Maximin. So that is going to be on Monday, Tuesday. So that'll be very interesting to see what we get for that card for sure. Today is going to be, today's not the Leipzig. Today is a right mid. So very interesting that we get a right mid today as well. All right, that's my video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. See you later.